The use of medical marijuana has long been a controversy. Of course, there are benefits, maybe some health risks, who knows. But here to sort it all out is my man, the alternative medicine guru, the medicine hunter, Chris Killam. Glad to be here with you, Manny, as always. Mary Jane, wacky weed, marijuana, a big controversy. Big, huge, you know, even since my days in college. Not that I ever tried it. Or didn't inhale. But anyway, every state is now trying to pass legislation to legalize it. There's a lot of people on the internet saying that it's good for your health. Is it good for you? You know, I think the truth of the matter is that there are benefits and there are risks. Obviously, there are some pulmonary risks. We know that smoking marijuana can increase the likelihood of bronchial problems, although oddly enough, there is no known increased risk in lung or esophageal cancers, which is kind of interesting. Why? Because it doesn't have nicotine like cigarettes, right? Also because, oddly enough, some of the compounds in cannabis actually act as protective agents against the development of lung cancer cells specifically. It's sort of odd that way, and this is kind of recent science. But I think that what we do know about the medical benefits is that people with different disorders that inhibit their ability to eat and put on weight. So you're talking about HIV people, people with wasting disorders, people who are recovering from chemotherapy who just can't eat. If they will consume some cannabis that could be inhaled, it could be oral, you know, in a brownie or something. They have cannabis in a suitably manufactured format. Well, we'll get to that. But the truth is, it can help those people who are underweight and have compromised immune systems to eat more, to put on weight, to help build up the immune system. We know that in cases of glaucoma, which is increased pressure, intraocular pressure, increased pressure in the eye, and glaucoma, I think, is number 2 cause of blindness among mature people in the US. The consumption of cannabis actually reduces the pressure in the eye, so helps to mitigate the glaucoma. So far, you've given me all benefits. So far, it opens my appetite, gives me more energy. Also, it's a pain reliever. Right, it takes away pain, takes away nauseousness, especially if you're getting chemo, helps you with glaucoma. Lots of good stuff. How come it's not legal? The reasons that cannabis isn't legal are so vast and deep at this point, it's crazy. We know from the 1997, by the way, completely suppressed, World Health Organization study comparing cannabis, tobacco and alcohol may be an unfair comparison that cannabis, by all parameters, is safer. I think that there are many people who are understandably very uneasy about having another psychoactive agent readily available out there. But it's readily available now. But the problem I think that you see is, well, look, I'm a parent. I have teenage children. Pot used in schools today is still pretty frequent. Probably more frequent now than when I was growing up. And younger too. And younger too. So the problem is, isn't there something to be said about teenagers utilising pot, you know? Because I remember in college they used to say, "Ah, you smoke pot, you're killing brain cells by the millions." I don't know whether that's true or not, but that was the cliché that was utilised then. So could it be dangerous to teenagers? You know, I think that with teenagers, because your brain isn't actually fully developed until you're about 20 or so, boy, is that true. Yeah, I think that for sure you don't want teenagers being stoned all the time. That's real. You know, that's a time to be maturing the brain and the mind. So I'm not a big fan. While I am absolutely an advocate of the legalization, the decriminalization of cannabis, taking it completely out of the illegal economy, I would really hate to see that result in more teenagers than now, for example, using it more. I don't actually think it would, but I don't think there are benefits to that. Well, look, I think we have to regulate it, but nonetheless we touched a little bit on the commercial aspect and not the smoking aspects of marijuana.